Imagine this. You're standing on a battlefield. To your left, thousands of modern US Army soldiers, full tactical gear, assault rifles, body armor, drones overhead, real-time communications, medics with modern medicine. To your right, the Roman legion at its absolute peak. 10,000 hardened warriors, armor that's been perfected over centuries, discipline that literally conquered the known world, the greatest military organization in human history. One question burns in your mind. Who actually wins? Not who has better technology, not who has more firepower, but who actually wins when they come face to face on the same battlefield, under the same conditions, with the same resources. Before we answer that, I need to know something. Where are you watching from right now? Drop your location or country in the comments below. I want to see how many viewers from different parts of the world are tuning into this. Are you watching from America, Europe, Asia? Let me know in the comments. And if you're already thinking about who would win, drop that too. I want to see what you guys think before we break down the reality. Alright, let's get into this. First, we need to understand what we're actually dealing with here. The Roman legion wasn't just an army. It was a military machine that conquered and controlled an empire spanning 3 continents. For over 400 years, the legion was virtually unstoppable. So, what made them so dominant? A Roman legion had about 5,000 soldiers, organized into a hierarchy so efficient that decisions made by a single commander could be executed across thousands of men without modern communication. Officers were trained in strategy and logistics. Soldiers were drilled relentlessly. The chain of command was absolute. This meant the legion moved like a single organism, not like thousands of individual soldiers. Roman soldiers wore segmented armor called laurica. This wasn't heavy plate armor. It was flexible, allowing movement while protecting vital organs. It was designed by warriors who understood combat. A Roman soldier could march 20 miles a day in this armor, could fight in it, could survive sword strikes that would kill an unarmored man. The gladius sword was short, deadly, and devastating in close quarters. It wasn't designed for flashy sword fighting. It was designed to kill efficiently. The pilum, their javelin, could penetrate shields and armor. Roman soldiers trained for years with these weapons until using them became muscle memory. This is the key difference. Roman soldiers weren't conscripts forced into service. They were professional soldiers who signed up for 25 years. They were trained to hold formation even under fire. They were trained to execute complex maneuvers. They were trained to trust their unit completely. A Roman soldier would die before breaking formation. That's not hyperbole. That's historical fact. Roman generals didn't just throw soldiers at enemies. They understood logistics. They understood terrain. They understood how to break enemy morale before the battle even started. They understood that winning a war meant controlling supply lines and forcing the enemy to make mistakes. The Roman legion was, without question, one of the greatest military organizations ever created. They conquered Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. They held those territories for centuries. Any analysis of what would happen in a modern versus Roman battle has to start by acknowledging that the Roman legion was genuinely incredible. Now, let's understand what a modern Army Corps actually is. People hear Army Corps and they imagine a small unit. That's wrong. A modern US Army Corps is approximately 50,000 to 100,000 soldiers. That's not a battalion. That's not a regiment. That's a massive military formation with multiple divisions, thousands of vehicles, hundreds of aircraft, and technological capabilities that would seem like magic to someone from 2,000 years ago. Modern military organization makes the Roman legion look simple. A corps has generals, colonels, majors, captains, sergeants, specialists, support personnel. But here's the key difference. They have real-time communication across thousands of kilometers. A commander can talk to someone 50 miles away instantly, can coordinate with air support, can call in artillery, can adjust strategy in real time based on intelligence. The Roman legion had messengers. The modern Army Corps has encrypted radio, satellite communications, and secure networks. The speed of decision-making is incomparable. Modern body armor is made from materials that didn't exist until the 20th century. Kevlar can stop most rifle rounds. Ceramic plates can stop higher-powered ammunition. A modern soldier can be shot and survive. A Roman soldier hit with a high-powered rifle round dies, no question. The protection level is orders of magnitude different. A modern assault rifle fires 700 to 900 rounds per minute. Each round travels at 2,800 feet per second and delivers kinetic energy equivalent to being hit by a small truck. A Roman soldier's sword requires the wielder to be close enough to touch the enemy. A modern soldier can kill from 500 meters away. Rifles, machine guns, grenades, explosives, rockets. The lethality gap is literally infinite. Modern soldiers have medical personnel trained to trauma surgery. Modern medicine can save soldiers who would have died instantly in ancient times. Modern logistics means soldiers have fresh food, clean water, and medical supplies. Modern intelligence means commanders know enemy positions before the battle starts. Drones scout ahead. Satellites provide real-time imagery. The enemy has nowhere to hide. Modern soldiers are trained in small unit tactics. They're trained to move, communicate, and fight in dispersed formations. They're trained to use cover effectively. They're trained to suppress enemy fire. Roman soldiers were trained to hold formation and advance. Modern soldiers are trained to spread out, take cover, and engage from distance. These are fundamentally different doctrines. A modern Army Corps is, without question, the most advanced military organization in human history. They have capabilities that would seem incomprehensible to ancient warriors. So here's the reality. If a modern Army Corps fought the Roman legion under the same conditions, it wouldn't even be close. But let's break down why scenario by scenario. The Roman legion has been marching toward the modern Army Corps position. Both sides see each other. They're going to fight. The modern army establishes a defensive perimeter. They use terrain for cover. Machine gun positions are set up on elevated areas. Anti-tank weapons are positioned. The Roman legion sees the modern army and charges forward, just like they would against any enemy. What happens next determines the battle in 90 seconds. The first modern rifle volley fires. Imagine 10,000 rifles firing at the same time. That's 700,000 rounds per minute. Every single round can penetrate Roman armor. Every single round kills or critically injures a soldier. The Roman legion hasn't closed to melee range, hasn't launched their first attack, has already suffered 5,000 casualties. They keep charging. They have to. Their entire doctrine is based on closing distance and using superior armor and discipline to win. Another Wu-Tang casualties. The formation is breaking. Roman soldiers are dying by the thousands without ever seeing their enemy clearly. Now machine guns open up. A single M240 machine gun can fire 750 rounds per minute. It can cut down dozens of soldiers in seconds. The Roman legion is in open field with no cover. They're being mowed down. The Roman soldiers who somehow make it close are met by grenades, explosives that detonate shrapnel in all directions. More losses. The few who actually reach the modern army position face soldiers trained in close-quarters combat with bayonets, pistols, and grenades. They're outnumbered, surrounded, exhausted from running through gunfire. The Roman legion is famous for siege warfare. They built siege engines. They understood how to starve out a defender. They had patience and discipline. The modern Army Corps is defending a fortified position. They have barbed wire, defensive trenches, artillery, and air support. The Roman legion begins constructing siege equipment, battering rams, siege towers, catapults. It takes weeks. During this time, the modern army sits inside, resupply drones, bring in ammunition, food, and medical supplies. They're not running out of anything. The Roman legion launches their assault. Siege towers advance. The modern army opens fire with artillery from 30 kilometers away. The Roman legion doesn't even know where the fire is coming from. Siege towers are destroyed. Soldiers are blown apart by explosions they can't see. Drones drop ordnance on concentrations of troops. The Roman legion can't adapt. Their entire siege doctrine is based on physical construction and hand-to-hand combat. They have no defense against invisible enemies firing from beyond the horizon. The Roman legion traditionally avoids fighting at night. It's harder to coordinate without visual signals. The modern Army Corps equips soldiers with night vision goggles. The entire battlefield becomes visible in shades of green. Modern soldiers can see 500 meters in complete darkness. They can fight effectively. The Roman legion attacks at night, believing darkness is cover. Visibility is 50 meters at best. They charge forward and run directly into prepared defensive positions. They can't see where the fire is coming from. They can't see their own soldiers being cut down. Panic spreads. Modern soldiers see every Roman soldier clearly. It's like shooting at targets in a range. The Roman legion is slaughtered in darkness, while their enemies see everything. A Roman soldier can throw a pilum, maybe 50 meters. Maximum range, where it's still effective. A modern soldier with an assault rifle can engage targets effectively up to 300 meters. A sniper can engage from 800 meters. Artillery can strike from 40 kilometers away. The Roman legion is spotted by modern scouts at 25 kilometers distance. Helicopters begin raining Hellfire missiles at the advancing Roman formation. Soldiers die from explosions they have no way to fight back against. By the time the Roman legion gets within javelin range, they've suffered 50,000 casualties out of their 10,000 soldiers. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Let me recalculate. If the Roman legion is only 10,000 strong total, they'd be completely annihilated before they closed to any range where they could engage back. Here's what might be most devastating. The Roman soldiers don't understand what's happening. They're trained to look the enemy in the eye, to feel their presence, to understand the battle through physical sensation. Instead, their comrades are dying from invisible attacks. Soldiers next to them explode from fire they can't see coming. The sky rains death. They can't see the enemy. They can't close to melee range. Their entire understanding of warfare becomes meaningless. This psychological breaking point might happen faster than even the military casualties would suggest. Now, before you think I'm completely dismissing the Roman legion, there is one scenario where they could theoretically win. Imagine the modern Army Corps is moving through terrain they don't understand. Dense forest, mountains, urban environment. They're spread out, communicating on radio. The Roman legion ambushes them at close range. Suddenly, there are swords and spears. No time to use rifles effectively. No room for maneuver. Just hand-to-hand combat. In this scenario, the Roman legion's superior close quarters training and armor could theoretically give them an advantage. Roman soldiers trained for decades in combat. Modern soldiers train for sometimes just weeks in close quarters. But even here, it's not clear the Roman legion wins. Modern grenades would still devastate a close grouping. Modern soldiers have body armor that stops most sword strikes. Modern soldiers have training in multiple fighting styles. And honestly, any modern commander who let their force get caught in the close quarters, ambush with an ancient army, has failed at their basic job. This scenario is theoretically possible, but would require catastrophic failure by modern military leadership. Even then, it's not guaranteed a Roman victory. In any scenario where the Roman legion doesn't achieve complete surprise at close range, the modern Army Corps wins decisively. In scenarios where the Roman legion does achieve surprise, it's still not clear they win. So let's be clear about the answer to our original question. What if a modern Army Corps fought the Roman legion? The modern Army Corps wins. Decisively. Every single scenario. Every single time. The only outcome that changes is the speed of victory and the casualty ratio. In open field battle, it's over in minutes. In siege warfare, it takes days or weeks, but the result never changes. Why? It's not because modern soldiers are braver. They're not. Roman soldiers were incredibly brave. It's not because modern soldiers are more disciplined. They're not. Roman soldiers had discipline that was legendary. It's because the technological gap is literally insurmountable. A modern rifle is infinitely more lethal than a Roman sword. A grenade is infinitely more destructive than anything the Romans had. Real-time communication is infinitely more efficient than messenger systems, night vision, artillery, drones, helicopters. These aren't just incremental improvements, they're revolutionary changes to how warfare works. A Roman soldier facing a modern Army Corps is like a medieval knight facing a machine gun. He might be incredibly skilled. He might be incredibly brave, but he can't win. The technology is too far ahead. The modern Army Corps would win with less than 1% casualties. The Roman legion would be completely annihilated. That's the answer. And honestly, it's not even close. But here's what I want to know. Do you agree? Did you think the modern army would win this decisively? Or do you think the Roman legion has some advantage I'm missing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please hit that like button. It helps this video reach more people, and more viewers means more military analysis, more what-if scenarios, and more deep dives into warfare throughout history. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We break down military scenarios, analyze warfare tactics, and explore the questions that make you think, what would actually happen if? Next video, we're breaking down a scenario that's going to blow your mind. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.